feed dosage calculations. And usually I start at 8 o'clock, but guess what? I was driving home from work. So we're here tonight. I'll probably do another session tomorrow night. I just wanted to do a quick session for those who were looking for me and are repeat followers, and I appreciate y'all. The session will be on my YouTube channel, so if you need to go back to a question and review, then you can watch it as soon as we get done studying. I also have other videos that are already broken down. So yeah, all right, let's get into it. Waste no time, waste no time. Here I do dimensional analysis, okay? I'm very biased. I think it's the best. In school, I hated it. But I have come up with a puzzle piece method that makes it easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like, you don't even have to know how to do like complex math to do dosage calculations. If you know how to multiply, divide, subtract, and add, then you can do this. Okay, so we'll start off with some well, this is just one. I just have one conversion tonight. I usually start off with a little bit of easier conversion problems, and then we get into some harder things. Okay, all right, LPN, BSN, y'all double tap, let me know what program you're in. Make sure you share the live so that the FYP can FYP, and other students who want to defeat dosage can join in with us. All right, so first things first, do any type of dosage, whether it's dimensional analysis, ratio proportion, um, desired over half. I got one for you. Just you have to know your metric conversions. So hey, amethyst, I can't say that. Hey, on YouTube, BSN, I see you. You have to know your conversions. You have to be strong and know your conversions. And conversions aren't that hard to learn like you might think they are. I have a video on my channel that shows you how to break it apart and look at the patterns and the commonalities. So yes, you love dimensional analysis. I do too. All right. So if you are looking to learn your metric conversions, I have a channel. It's on my dosage playlist, the basics playlist, and that might help you out. But we have an 8-pound, 10-ounce baby, and we need to know how many pounds that is, right? Usually when we're going from pounds, we're going to kilograms, but sometimes you have to go from pounds, like in ounces, to other pounds. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So does anybody who is on here now know how many ounces are in a pound? Anybody know? Anybody know? And you are free to answer in the chat. We will not boo you. We will not shun you. This is a very interactive live, okay? You talk to me, I'll talk back whatever T-Pain said. All right? So, in one 1 pound is 16 ounces. And you might say, well, doesn't that like a fraction? So when you see like things like this, they're together. They stay together. 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. They're paired. They're equal to each other. Okay. So that's when you see this in dosage calculate, well, that's a fraction. No, it's not a fraction. It equals to each other. Okay. So we want to get to pounds. That's our goal. That's the first thing that we're going to identify when we do dosage problems is what is this question asking me to solve? Because we only want to give it what it wants, okay? So my goal is pounds. So this is already in pounds, but this is not. So what we're going to be doing is converting the ounces to pounds, and then we'll add together our like terms. Together? Yes. Okay. So what is our goal? Our goal is pounds. So I'm going to start with pounds. I always start with what it is that I'm looking for. That's how you set up your problems with dimensional analysis. Well, the way that I teach it, okay? Start with what you're looking for. You don't have to go and find it. So this has my pounds in it. It'll go first and it'll go on top. So 1 pound is 16 ounces. Okay, so the name of the game is to get only what you're looking for. Everything else has to be canceled out. The way things are canceled out is that you have to have that same unit of measure on the top as you do on the bottom. So I'm going to put my 10 ounces right here on the top, and you see the ounces cancels out. Why did I put 10 over 1? Because it's by itself. So you see how I had the 16 ounces and the pound together? They stay together, but the 10 ounces is by itself. So anything that's by itself, you're going to put it over 1. That 1 is going to be a placeholder to show you once we count and we get ready to multiply that that number is going to be on that top line, okay? So we'll do 1 times 10 is 10, and then 16 times 1 is 16, and now we can do 10 divided by 16. So that is going to be 0.625 pounds. So we'll add our already converted pounds or given pounds, which is 8, right? And then this is going to be our answer. Okay, so if you have a problem that would have said 8 pounds and 10 ounces, and thank you for the rose, Kevin. If you had a question that asked you to go from 8 pounds and 10 ounces to kilograms, you can't go from pounds and ounces to kilograms. You would have to convert all of it like we just did, and then you have all pounds. Then you could convert the pounds to kilograms. So if you ever have a problem like that where you have ounces and pounds and you need to go to kgs, make it all pounds first, and then you can go to kilograms, okay? All right, that was just to get our whistle wet, our feet wet, whatever. All right, here is the dreaded reconstitution problems. All right, so reconstitution is big word for add liquid to a powder, shake it, and make it a liquid so that you can give it to your patient. What you need to do is concentrate on the concentration. What is that? The concentration of the medicine after it has been reconstituted. So how many milligrams per milliliter, grams per milliliter, whatever is the medical parts, the medicine part, per the liquid part that it's floating around in, okay? So the provider has ordered 275 milligrams IV of drug V, and that it needs to be added to 1 liter of normal saline. So available is 1,000 mg's of drug V in a vial, which when reconstituted yields a concentration of 550 milligrams per 3 milliliters. How much of drug V will be added to the IV solution? So this means that we have an IV bag that is a liter, okay, of normal saline. We need to put drug V inside that IV bag. So 275 milligrams is what's ordered. So we need to see how much of it will we draw up to put in that 1,000 milliliters or liter, okay? That is what's going on in this question. So, and I try to break it down so you can see, okay, what is going on, and because you will want to throw in all of these numbers. Some of these numbers that's there is fluff. Fluff. It's not needed, okay? So, first things first, what is the goal? How much of drug V, right? So, if it's in milliliters, I need to find how many milliliters to draw up to add to my normal saline, okay? So, I'm going to tell you right now, what we don't need is this 1 liter of normal saline. That is just the bag that it's going into for us to give to the patient, okay? So, milliliter. I hate when it does that. I draw something and it wants to change it to whatever it wants to change it to. Anywho, so this is what's ordered. It's 275 milligrams, okay? What is the concentration of the medicine after it has been reconstituted? You see that C word? Not nurse C, but the concentration, right? That's what we want. So 550 milligrams per 3 milliliters. Sometimes these get real lengthy. They tell you to add 1.25 milliliters to yield this and that and this. No, that is not what you need. You only want to use the concentration of the medicine, what you have after you have reconstituted the drug. If this makes sense, put a 1 in the chat for me. Put a 1. Put your finger in the air if you the one, girl or man. Okay, ones. I see some ones. If don't make sense, say 2. Put a 2. 1 and 1 and 1. 1 and 1 and 1. Well, 1 and 1. I have a dosage test on Monday. Thank you so much. This makes school. I pray that you do well. 2. Jess. Okay. So look, that's okay. That's all right. Just got a 100. You did. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. You did it. You defeated dosage. Okay, so look, this says that that's in the vial. Is the goal asking for milligrams or vials or anything like that of the such? No, it's not. Right? We want the reconstituted drug. So when you have reconstitution problems, they'll tell you how much is in the bottle. We don't care unless it's asking how many doses are in the bottle or this and that and the third, but it's not asking that. We just want to see how many milliliters to pull up to put in our IV bag that's scratched out because it's fluff. We don't need that 1 liter. That was there to throw you off, okay? So, you always want, when it says a concentration to yield, to give you that's what you want to look at, not how much you add in, not how much is in the vial, how many grams, how many milligrams. You want the da-da-dots per the da-da-dots, milligrams per milliliter, grams per milliliter, milli equivalents, units per milliliter, the medicine particles per the liquid vehicle. Okay? Yeah. All right. So now we'll set it up. How do we set up our problems? We always start with this bad boy. Your goal is going to be your very, very best friend in dosage calculations because that's what the question wants. And we need to give it what it wants so we can get our points, right? Get these big hundreds, these big hundreds. All right, Amanda, I see you. Look at there. I have to retake it Monday because you got an 85. That's okay still. That's okay. I'm just popping in to let you know this lady helped me master. Oh, Bianca! You defeated dosage! Yay! I love to see it, right? Okay, so we're going to set it up with our milliliters. This has our milliliters in it. Flip it. Yes, I said flip it. Okay, we want to start with our goal. Our goal goes first and it's on top, right? Your goals come first and they're your top priority. That's how you can remember to keep your goals first, okay? So 3 ml over 550 mgs. And you see, I kept it together. I just simply flipped it, okay? So now we can put our 275 milligrams, and because it's by itself, I'm gonna put it over 1 so that 1 is a placeholder at the bottom to show you that boop, that 275 goes at the top, right? So you see my milligrams are canceled out, and the only thing that is left is what we are looking for, which is our milliliters, okay? So 3 times 275 divided by 550. It's going to be 1.5 milliliters. And that's the drug that you will draw up out the vial. Y'all see I'm still in my scrubs. I came in and came right to it. And I've been drawing up stuff all day, shaking and reconstituting. You draw it up and then you put it in that bag of normal saline and you let it flow into the patient. Make sense? Makes dollars, makes sense. Hey, love it. Love, love, love it. I take my dosage count test tomorrow. Nervous, but you got to let me know how you did. You got to let me know. You could use desired over half. You could. You sure could. If that's your cup of tea, you sure could. Now, do I like desired over half? No, because it's a deceiver. You start off doing the desired over half, and you think you got it, and then it gets like to the really, really hard stuff, and you're like, what is desire? And if you're not really math savvy, like a lot of people profess to be, then it gets a little difficult. With this method, with desire, this dimensional analysis, you don't have to really know a lot of math. You just got to use your puzzle pieces like I'm showing you how to do, okay? But if you like desire, do you, boo boo? Do you? Oh my God, will you do more review sessions this weekend? Steph, let me tell you something. I'm not gonna be here, and I'm not sure if TikTok is gonna be here either. I am going on vacation, as my little toddler says, vacation. So I'm gonna come on again tomorrow, but I don't know. But I will always be on my YouTube channel. My YouTube is established. I do lives over there. The live is syncing right now. So if you want to review this session, you can go over to a Blessed RN's YouTube channel, subscribe, like it, heart it, share it, all that jazz, okay? Yes, I am going to have fun. You just don't even know. I plan on having the best time. All right, so the pregnant client is being induced. The ordered rate of Pitocin is 4.2 milliunits per minute. The IV bag is 1,000 mLs with 10 units of Pitocin. At what rate in milliliter per hour should the pump be set? All right. So, what is the goal here? Y'all let me know. What is the goal? What are we looking for? It's okay, go on vacation and have so much fun. Yes, I plan on it. What class is this? This is dosage calculations. And you usually see it in nursing school, pharmacy technicians, EMTs use it, respiratory, anybody who has to give medicine to a patient and know the correct dose. This is what you have to do. Have so much fun. Yes, have fun and drink. I'm not going to get slizzard and slumped because I don't, yeah, that was back in the day. I can't hold liquor. But I do plan on having so much fun though. Yeah, my school has us learning dimensional analysis in my bridge program. I learned desired over half as an LVN. Okay, Deja, and this is what I see a lot too. People who bridge over from LPN or LVN, you use desired over half because some of the math, like the critical drips and such, you aren't having to do in that program. But once you go back for your RN, you're like, what in the world? And so it comes like, okay, I gotta learn dimensional, but once you got it, and the light bulb comes on and it shines bright. Okay, so hey Vicky, oh, you sent me a rose, thank you. Yes, our goal is milliliter per hour. Okay, so let me point out something. Okay, we have 4.2 milliunits per minute, right? So that's 4.2 MUs per minute. And then our bag has 1,000 mLs with 10 units of Pitocin in it. All right, so let me point out something to you. Okay, if this is 1 gram and it equals 1,000 milligrams, you have 1 unit. Guess how many milliunits it is? Okay? Just because they changed the unit of measure does not change that prefix, that milli, that a milli. You're going to graduate and make you a milli, right? Okay? So, don't get thrown off because they changed the unit of measure. Remember, that unit of measure could be gram, meter, liter, unit. Okay? So, it's the base unit is interchangeable, but the prefixes stay the same. All right? So, now that we got that out the way, clarity. Right? Let's set this up. So if we want milliliter at the top and hour at the bottom, I'm going to start with my top goal, which is milliliter. So 1,000 milliliters per 10 units. So I've used this puzzle piece, right? Do you have worksheets that have the problems on it? Amethyst, I have a whole workbook that is 256 pages, over 300 plus problems and answers. Yup. Okay, so we've got units at the bottom. Do we have a puzzle piece with units, like not milliunits, but units at the top? We don't. We don't, right? So, therefore, guess what we'll need? It's another C word. And it's not Carlita or Nurse C. It's a conversion, right? So if you don't have a puzzle, you're not cooked. You are not cooked. You are not cooked, right? Um, what we will do is, if we have units on the bottom, we need units at the top. So we can do a conversion from unit to milli-unit, right? Okay? So unit will go at the top. Your milli-units will go at the bottom. Remember, 1 unit is what? 1,000 milli-units. Okay? See, we just piecing together a puzzle. No math we have done yet, right? So now I've got milli-units at the bottom. That's how you can tell what comes next. Is that unit of measure that's on the bottom that needs to go to the top if it's not a part of the goal, right? We already got our top goal, which is milliliter. So we're trying to get to hours on the bottom now, right? This piece has my milli-units, so 4.2 MUs per minute. So boom, I've crossed out my milli-units, okay? The last thing we've got is minute. I need hour. So there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. And minutes cancels out. And look, we got milliliter on the top and hour at the bottom. And that's it. That's all you do. You just piecing together the units, flip flopping them, and piecing it together until you have to do your multiplication and your division. That's the only math that you'll have to use with this method. Okay? Bam. Maybe some addition and subtraction if they do like the how much is left in the bag and like your time completion. That's when you add the addition and the subtraction in. But it's mostly just multiplying the top, multiplying the bottom, and then dividing the top by the bottom. Period. Joey Vasquez. Man, how you doing? How you doing? All right. So is this considered college math in the program? She said I was taking college math. I don't think the dosage calculations is um college math. I don't know. Like it's in your nursing program. I mean, it's basic math, but it's not like your algebra, pre-cal, and all that jazz. I'm not sure what you're asking me. I'm sorry. It's like I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, but I'm like, well, you take it in college in nursing school, so that is college math. I don't know. I'm fried. I'm cooked, man. I've been at work taking care of patients all day, and I'm coming home to tutor y'all. All right. Do I do tutoring, Tyra? Yes, I do. My work schedule for April is not posted yet because I had to finesse my way to night shift. Hey, because I was on day shift. Day shift is not for the weak. I ain't saying I'm weak, but I ain't saying I'm strong. I don't know what I'm saying. But let me do this question, okay? 1,000 times 4.2 times 60 divided by 10 divided by 1,000 equals 25.2. Did y'all get that? Milliliters per hour? This is so you to me, definitely following you. Thank you. You're welcome, Deja. I love to know if you offer tutoring too. Yep, I do. I do. The links are in my bio for my website, which have quizzes on there. It has my workbooks on there. It has my tutoring schedule on there. Ariba, you're amazing. Thank you. I passed my final because of you. Thank you. Look at you. Go Bella. Go Bella. Go Bella. Yay. We're defeating dosage. I love it. The nurses are coming, y'all. The nurses are coming. I'm so excited because we need y'all. So when people say cross multiply, I think about like with like ratio. When you have to cross like this way and cross that way, you just multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. So it's not necessarily cross multiply. It's just divide. The nurses are coming. You said it, Kevin. You said it. You said it. You said it. I start nursing school in the fall. I'm lost already. That's okay. Just stick with me. You'll be all right. I promise you. Look, you better listen to these folks that came in here. We'll get you right. Could you use the King Henry mnemonic for this, or does King Henry mnemonic not work? King Henry works. I promise you it does, but it's only a handful that you need, and the handful that you like use over and over and over again are 1 to 1,000, 1 to 1,000, 1 to 1,000. Like 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. Ding! Made it easy, right? All right, I'm taking this class right now. Cool. I've never been happier to be a lawyer. I am impressed, ma'am. I wanted to be a judge when I was little. No, thank you. I take my T's the 28th. Any tips for the math and science portion? I don't know what's on T's. It's 15 years. So March 30th is when I passed my PN NCLEX. So I've been a nurse for 15 whole years, you guys. Oh, I didn't have to take that. So I think Jakara Lewis is a great source for T's math. She has a channel on here and she has a channel on YouTube. So definitely check her out, and maybe some of your colleagues in the comments can answer that for you too, because I ain't took it. I'm not ashamed to say it. College math is stats and college algebra. Okay. I start calculations in 2 weeks. I'm nervous. You can say nervous, we just can't say scared. Yay. I take my T's. Oh, okay, I've seen that before. You're welcome. How you plug this in, Kendra? I'm gonna do some more, and we're gonna pick it up. Okay, this works better for me instead of memorizing all the different formulas. Exactly. With this method, you don't have to memorize a formula. Like you use it for the rest of the long part of your latter days. Like I'm on the travel assignment now. Guess what I had to do? Take a dosage calculations test and make 100 on it. Guess who was first? Guess who made a 100? Bam. All right. All right, the future nurses are scared. You say if you're scared, go to church. I'm telling you, I'm on the verge of failing the first semester. Oh my gosh, let's see if we can help that. I need help with lifespan. It's all air. Okay, what's who name again? Oh, Jakara Lewis, J A Car A. Sorry, Jakara. Yeah, she's amazing at math, right? Okay. Oh, Janaya, it's another 100. I love it. Oh my gosh, the nurses are coming. The nurses are coming. How often are milliunits used in dosage calculations? So when you might see milliunits used like in pediatric, not pediatrics, maternal and OB, because you have pitocin and it's usually ordered as milliunits and the bag is units. So that's when you would see that most of the time. Okay. All right. Boom. A cardiac drip. So who wants to go to the ICU? How many ICU nurses in the making do we have in the place tonight? That's what a lot of y'all like to say. I'm going to the ED. I'm going to the ICU. Well, I'm sitting here on mid surge. I love mid surge. Don't get me wrong. I love it. That is my jam. I'm on my third try on the green light test for my PN program. I'll need this. Yes, you got it. Sometimes three times the charm. I take NCLEX in 2 weeks. I'm scared. You need to holler at my boy right there. He's raising his hand. That's the NCLEX strategist extraordinaire. Go ahead and pin yourself, Kevin. So if you're not following him, and I know I said NCLEX, but you'll need him in school too because he'll show you how to break down those nursing style questions. Okay, he'll get you straight. I promise. Okay, so this is for your cardiac nurse. Oh, you got a future psych nurse. Okay, then you take all of that. Can you show the other sheet done, please, so I can take a picture? Sure, but you can go to my YouTube channel once it's done and you can watch the whole thing again, the replays on there. And y'all make sure y'all follow on YouTube because April 5th is coming and we don't know what they're doing. And I'm tired of TikTok playing with my emotions. So, yeah, the boot nurse is awesome. He is. He is so awesome. He's got a YouTube channel too. Okay. All right. Take your picture. Cheese. Ah. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, really. And then I've got problems broken down individually. So if you don't want to watch the whole replay, I got a whole playlist of stuff. And then if you're starting out, I have a dosage basics list that will help you with your conversions, how to set it up. So if you need to see how do you set the problem up, how do the puzzle pieces work, I tell you how to do it. Okay. Is there any free practice tests you can find? You can go to my website. I have quizzes there. And if you want more practice with the workbook that gives you hints and tips and tricks and it's pink, then it's in my bio too. Ebook and spiral bound. Okay. So yeah, all of that is in my bio. I do have quizzes on my website. All right, so cardiac drip is infusing at 15 mLs per hour on an infusion pump. The drug is available as 50 mgs and 500 milliliters of D5W. What is D5W? That's dextrose 5 and water. It's a solution. You'll learn about it in school, okay? Don't let it throw you off. We're not going to use it anyway. How many micrograms per minute is the patient receiving? All right, what is the goal? What is this asking me to solve for? What's the goal? And Nisi, I see you too. You late, but you here. Me too. Me too, girl. I know y'all like it's past 8 o'clock. It's 10:22 now. Sorry, I was driving. All right. What is this looking for? Micrograms per minute. You see how it asks you something specific? You want to keep together what's together. So if it's microgram per minute, per hour, per day, whatever it is, you keep that together and you get all of it because it influences the way that you form that puzzle, that equation. Okay. So my goal is micrograms per minute. So what are my puzzle pieces? Remember, what's together stays together. Okay. This is together. Keep it together. It's a puzzle piece. 15 milliliters per hour. All right. The drug, 50 milligrams in. That word in, that's the wedding ring. That joins it, okay? In 500 milliliters. So 50 mgs and 500 milliliters. Okay, so what are we going to start with? I'm gonna see if y'all paying attention. What are we starting with? What we start with? And I appreciate, oh, we at 5.8K likes. Thank y'all for liking a live. I appreciate that. If you would share it too. So the FYP can FYP and bring in the nurses because they all are coming, right? Microgram conversions. I see you, Jess and Bella. Exactly. What did I say we was going to do? I see you too, Nisi, right? We are always going to start with this top unit. That's the secret sauce. That's the good burger sauce, okay? I know I'm telling my age. You're like, what is good burger? Go back to the little orange cassette and they'll tell you. That's the secret sauce, okay? You start with what you're looking for. You don't have to go and find it. Everything else that comes behind it will have to line up and cancel out until you get to your goal, okay? So we don't have micrograms, but we have a puzzle piece with milligrams. We know that micrograms and milligrams are related, okay? So I can do my conversion. So 1,000 micrograms, because I want micrograms at the top, is 1 milligram. Now I can start with my milligrams on the top right here. So 50 mg's over 500 ml with my milligrams on the top right here. So 50 mg's over has my milliliters in it. So it will come next. So 15 milliliters per hour. You see, I'm not even doing any math. I'm just matching units and putting what's on the top on the bottom and canceling it out until I get what I need. Now, we got hour on the bottom. I need minutes on the bottom, right? 1 hour equals to, I need minutes on the bottom, right? 1 hour equals to, yeah, Kale loves orange soda, right, Janelle? All right. So, if you don't have that puzzle piece, you can always use a conversion if it's not available, okay? You see, we're just piecing together a puzzle. Don't make it math. We're not doing math until now. We're doing some multiplication and division. But put it together is like math. Until now, we're doing some multiplication and division. But put it together is like math. I can't do math. Yes, you can. You can show. You can do this. You can come on here. You can make a 100 too, and you can be a nurse. Okay. All right. So 1,000 times 50 times 15 is going to be a number. You see that? And you see, I keep it all inside the calculator. I do what's called the calculator trick because that's a lot of zeros. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 zeros. What if you leave out a zero trying to type it back in? Or what if you add an extra zero trying to type it back in? You know, a zero can change your answer real, like, greatly. It can make it real big or it can make it real small, right? So then I hit divide. And then on my bottom numbers, I just press divide in between. So 500 divide by 60 and then press the equal sign one time. 25 micrograms. And that's all the math you do. You do one time. And that's it. All of your conversions are taken care of. So you're like, well, my order is. Trying to figure out what's going on my YouTube. No. Okay. My order is 15 milliliters that's going. My medicine is milligrams. Milligrams. It's asking me for micrograms. So yeah. It's like freaking out over here. Oh my gosh, what is this doing? Okay, sorry. I'm trying to fix my YouTube because it was like spazzing. Spazzing. Alright, we're back good now. Okay, so any questions on how to do that? What if we do desired over half? Okay, I'll show you desired over half. I'll show you a desire. So, warning, this is not dimensional analysis. Warning, this is not dimensional analysis. All right. So, if you got per hour, right, we need to know how many milligrams that is. Okay. So, you will line up your milliliters. So, we got 500 milliliters and it equals 50 milligrams. So, you see that X on the bottom? That's milligrams. Okay. This is when you would cross. We'll have 500x equals whatever 15 times 50 is, which is 750, right? Then you would divide each side by 500, okay? And because you are trying to get the X by itself, okay? So 750 divided by 500, it's going to be 1.5, and that's milligrams because this unit is, they have to match, okay? So I need to know micrograms. So this is micrograms per hour because remember that 15 was going per hour, right? So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, why is this doing this? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, it's cutting up over here. Okay, so we would convert this to micrograms. So that's going to be 1,000, right? So 1.5 times 1,000. We're going to move that zero. I mean that decimal 1, 2, 3 spaces. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah. That's micrograms per hour. Because we want micrograms per minute, what we have to do is divide it by 60. So 1,500 divided by 60 is going to be your 25. So you see, if you do it that way, you would have to have some math bearing up onto you. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to understand, okay, this is what I have, this is what I'm looking divided by 60 and all that jazz. Sense? You see the easier part now? I rather do my puzzle pieces and multiply and divide, and that's it. Divide, and that's it. What is going on in my computer? It makes me sad. All right. Which way do y'all like, the puzzle pieces, or do you like the mathy math way? Thank you. I think I struggle because I do decide over half. You might be onto something, Acacia. Something, Acacia. Yeah, I try to tell, a lot of people, they'll argue me down. Desire over half. Woo, 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 woo. And I'm just like, okay, you do which way you want. Desire over habit is easy for tablets, but that's for me. And yes, and that's why I say it's true. It's a deceiver because you think, oh, I'm doing something, and then it's like when you get to harder things, and like this is not even that bad. Because you could do micrograms per kilogram per minute, which is really mathy. And then you're like, dang, I don't even know where to go. All right. All right. Big old heparin. A lot of people are scared of heparin. Which you should be, because if you don't give your patient enough, they're going to clot. If you give them too much, they're going to bleed out of every orifice they got, right? So you got to learn how to dose it right. So when you see heparin problems, they can ask like different kind of heparin problems, but you might see a bolus and then a drip. So why are we doing a bolus and a drip? A bolus is big word for one time administration of a drug or medicine or tube feeding, okay? Or it could be some fluids if you're trying to bump up that vascular volume if they're going into shock, right? So you have to give this medicine so that it will get to your bloodstream at a level that works and starts working fast. And then you maintain that drug with a drip. So that's why you have a two-part asking for a bolus and a drip. Okay, don't make it hard. The bolus is going to be like one of those simple find the milliliter things. The drip part is going to use weight, and we're going to set it up with milliliter per hour. We're still going to use puzzle pieces for the both of them. Okay. All right. So your patient has an order to receive, heparin 1,500 units, followed by an IV drip of 14 units per kilogram per hour. The patient weighs 123 pounds. You have a heparin vial that's labeled heparin 1,000 units per milliliter. What will you give your patient for the initial bolus? And what will you set your drip, your pump, if you for a continuous drip, if you have a 1,000 ml bag that's labeled 50,000 units of heparin? Okay, so first things first, we're going to do the bolus. Bolus, okay? So what will you give your patient? So what's for the bolus is for the bolus. What's for the drip is for the drip. So you see the bolus order is 1,500 units, okay? You see we got a drip, a vial, and we got a bag. The bag is going to be for your drip. Your vial is going to be for your bolus, okay? So we'll use this, 1,000 units per milliliter. Okay, and because it's in milliliters, that's what I'm going to draw up. I need to see how many mLs to give to my patient. So that is my goal. Okay, so that's it. Start with your milliliters because we start with the goal. You keep a goal first and it goes on the top, right? It's your top priority. So ml over 1,000 units times 1,500 units on the top. So it'll cancel out. Boom, whoop, boom. And you see we're left with milliliters. So 1,500 divided by 1,000 is going to be 1.5 mLs. That's the bolus part. See how easy that was? Don't make it hard. Don't psych yourself out because it's got a lot of words on here in numbers. You know how to read, write, arithmetic. You wouldn't be in nursing school if you didn't. Okay? All right. Let's do the drip. Set. We've used the stuff for the bolus, right? So it says your IV pump. When you see IV pump, that's blue screw for milliliter per hour, okay? Because you give an IV two ways, gravity or the pump. I didn't mean to flick y'all off, I'm sorry. Gravity or the pump. So your pump is always going to be milliliter per hour, okay? So if you see an electric infusion device, IV pump, anything of that wording, you're going to be looking for milliliters per hour. So goal, milliliter per hour. Okay, so our patient's weight is 123 pounds. Anytime you have a weight-based medicine, you're going to need the 3 P's. The patient's weight, the prescription, and then the product, which is your medicine. Okay. What are we looking for? The prescription, 14 units per kilogram per hour. Unites per kilogram per hour. And then we got the bag. Remember, I said we're reserving the bag for our drip. So, boom. We got 1,000 mLs, and it's got 50,000 units of heparin floating around in it, okay? So, that's what you need for your puzzle pieces. What are we going to start with if our top goal is milliliter? Hey, how are you? Do you get personalized tutoring? I do. I'll have my April schedule soon. I'm going on vacation. So I gotta get it together. But I'll open it up soon. And don't forget, y'all can do group tutoring sessions too. So yeah. All right, 1,000 mLs, right? So that's this puzzle piece has our milliliters in it. It'll go first and it'll go on top, okay? 1,000 ml over 50,000 units. Okay, what comes next, y'all? I see y'all are getting how to do these puzzle pieces. So you tell me, what comes next if I have units on the bottom? Victoria, we can definitely do that. Only sticking to dimensional analysis. I have HESI for 2:15 on Friday, and I don't want to confuse myself. Exactly, Janelle. Stick to one way, right? Um, Once you find a method that works for you, my way. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, do it everything that same way. I know desire have might be seem easy and quick, but if you set it up with your goal, your puzzle pieces canceling out, you never get it wrong. Never. Okay. All right. So boom, we're gonna put 14 on the top. 14 units per kilogram per hour. You see how I kept all of that together? They're in a three-way, no judgment. Keep them all together, okay? Boom. Units cancels out. All right, so now we have kilograms and hours. So we got milliliters at the top. We got hours at the bottom. The only thing that needs to go is your kilograms. Your patient's weight is in pounds. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Yeah, no judgment. In a three-way, keep them together. What's together stays together. One band, one sound. Do. All right, boom. 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Can y'all imagine how I am with my patients? They're like, you coming back tomorrow? No. Y'all don't wear me out. I'm tired. All right. Kg cancels out. Now we got pounds on the bottom. Look at what we have here. 123 pounds over 1. So I see in the comments how you got divided by 2.2. You know what? I'm not going to do jack. I'm going to let my equation work for me. Work smart, not hard. You see how I got all of this in the equation? Everything is canceled out. I know it'll properly be converted, and I won't have to worry about the decimals behind it. Because when you convert the weight, you have all decimal, decimal, decimal. Where do you cut it off at? Do you round up? Do you round down? Sometimes when you cut off the numbers, that influences your final answer. So I don't even have to worry about it. Let your equation do it for you. You get one answer and you have to round one time. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make it easy. Peasy, puzzle peasy. All right. 1,000 times 14 times 123. Divide. Look at that big number. Not going to write it down. Just going to keep on going. And that'll save you some time too, because a lot of you have time tests. And you're like, well, I need all the time that I can get in this, that, and the third. And you're just like, how can I do this? And you'll have time. Once you practice this and it just comes second nature to you, this gets easier. It gets faster. Like, you can knock out some questions. And then if you keep it all inside the calculator, you don't have to write it all down. And then, like, that saves you time. Okay? So if this asks us to round to the nearest whole number, what would our answer be? Brianna, you're welcome. Okay, Victoria, I'll check my message. You're welcome, Bree Bree. Janelle, yes, Janelle. Uh-oh. All right, so our answer would be 16 milliliters per hour. Always remember to round if they tell you to round, and to label. I've seen plenty of times where people set this up beautifully, worked out all the puzzles. Didn't get the, okay, round and label. All right, let's do some more. Then I'm gonna go to bed. Cause I got a long day. I still haven't packed, y'all. Like, I gotta pack. I gotta get my hair done. I gotta get my nails done. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm ready, but I'm not ready. Ugh. All right. A client weighs 115 pounds. The nurse is starting drug D at 7.5 mics per kilogram per minute. Drug D is labeled as 400 milligrams and 250 mLs of normal saline. How many milliliters per hour will the IV infuse? I'm going on a cruise. Hey, y'all know APRN Beauty. Shout out. Nurse gang at sea. Hey, gonna be on the boat. I'm on a boat. All right, what's the goal, y'all? What is the goal? What is the goal? What are we looking for? No, virgin. Turn up. I absolutely plan on it. All right, our goal is milliliter per hour. Okay. So, remember I said something about weight in that last problem? How this is a weight-based problem? Yeah. So we need 3 P's. So our patient's weight is 115 pounds. PPP, right? Not the loan that these folks got to pay back or go to jail, right? 7.5 mics per kilogram per minute is our order. That's our prescribed amount that we want. And then our product, which is drug D, the D is 400 milligrams and 250 mLs. Okay? I'm going to sleep so hard because I don't know where I get all this energy from right now. There was line dancing the whole time. I just left the cruise. Oh, trust. Trust me. Trust. Do we convert the micrograms to milliliters? So microgram and milliliter, those are two different units of measure. The gram is for mass, the liter is for your liquids, your volume. So you can't go from micrograms to milliliters. All right, so how are we going to set this up if we have milliliters on the top? We're going to start with our milliliters, right? So this puzzle piece has the milliliters in it. What are we going to do? We're going to flip it, okay? Because we always start with that top goal. It's first and it's on the top. So 250 ml over 400 milligrams. Hey, now I see you. So now we've got milligrams. You're welcome. We got milligrams on the bottom. We need milligrams on the top, right? Do we have milligrams to work with? Mm-mm, right? Do we have milligrams to work with? Mm-mm. Now that we have the micrograms on the bottom, we can put our micrograms on the top with this puzzle piece. 7.5 mics per kg per min. Okay? Boom, boom. Micrograms is crossed out. Now we got pounds. Exactly. You got it. I see those conversions. Now we've got kilograms in minutes, right? I like to go from left to right. You can go from right to left. You can go either way. If you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna do the minutes first, you can do that just as long as you get hour on the bottom and you cancel out everything on the top and the bottom. So if you ever skip a step and you see that you still got a unit of measure that's not a part of the goal, you're like, oh, I'm not done yet. Don't worry, you can still add it on there. The numbers on the top and on the bottom are in the position that they need to be so that they'll be multiplied and divided in order to give you the answer. Y'all see that? So it's kind of like a foolproof way. You're like, oh, I'm not done. It's like, I need this, I need this. Once you get to that goal, though, stop. Because it gets addicting once you learn what you're doing. And you're like, oh, I'm finna cross everything out. No, just make it look like the goal. That's the picture on the puzzle box. All right? So I have my weight in pounds. 1 kilogram equals 2.2 pounds. You see that? I'm not picking up the calculator until I'm absolutely done with my puzzle. One computation, that's all it takes. 115 pounds, it's by itself. Now, my last puzzle piece, I have minute on the bottom. I need hour on the bottom. I know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Now everything is gone, and you can do your multiplication and division. Do we actually do this stuff as a nurse? Yes. And it just depends on what type of nurse you are. A lot of PEDS nurses do a lot more calculating than others do. I know I double check a lot of stuff in heparin too, because it's heparin. You don't want to mess it up. But like if you're a flight nurse, if you're in ICU, if you're in the rural hospital taking that very lucrative contract and they don't have that high fancy stuff and you still have to calculate it, or if the hospital's charting system goes down and you just on paper, or if you start a job and they have you take a test before you actually start in order to start. They do, but pharmacists are people too, just like doctors are. They put their pants on one leg at a time. Make sure it's you who giving the medicine, who they will take to court, know what you're doing. All right, that is a hill I swear I would die on. All right, 250 times 7.5 times 115 times 60. I wish I would go to jail because of some calculations. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. Boom. 14.7 is my answer. 14.7 milliliters per hour. It's like 14.701. Yeah. So I just rounded to the nearest tens place. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Y'all liking this method so far? Y'all make sure, because we are not sure about TikTok. Make sure you are following me either on Facebook, Instagram. I'm over there too. Where the students are, I am too. I know y'all don't like Meta, but hey, it is what it is. I'm also on YouTube. This live stream is on YouTube. So once you get done studying and you want to see how I worked it out again, you want to slow it down, speed it up, you're like talking too much, okay, that's fine. Speed past it. The replays are on my channel, and I also got like a whole playlist of stuff just broken down for you. Okay. Can you do it in a different method? Because I can't do dimensional analysis. You need to do dimensional analysis. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna shame you. That's not this type of place. It's not this type of time. Yeah, I'll show you how to do a different way. Why would it not be 15? Because it's 14.7. Now, if they ask you to round to the nearest whole number, it'll be 15. But when I got it in my calculator, this is what I got. And usually they'll ask you to round to the tenth place. or I don't know. You love my attitude. It's not an attitude. Like, listen, I don't know what I'm running off of. I guess fumes right now. Um, yeah. Why wouldn't you round it? And then some pumps actually do go to the 10th place. So, like I said, you want to give the answer to whoever has the power to fail you or pass you requires. So, okay, no shade, no shade, no shade, no shade. Some people be trying to do all this extra stuff, and I'm like, man, you made this so hard. Anywho, we're not gonna get into that. But whoever has the power to fail you, their rounding rules, your institution's rounding rules, you follow them. Okay. Alaris, Alaris pumps. Um, when it doesn't specify for you to round to the 10th, do you? Okay, I think I just answered that, Janelle. Teresa, yes, it's true. The weight problems are always rounded to the 10th place. So it's different for different people. That's why I said, it's hundreds of nursing schools and everybody is different. Like, different. So you do what whoever has the power to pass you or fail you require. And just like hospitals are different. They do stuff different everywhere you go, especially if you travel like I have. So, this place does something specific to this place. Whoever has the power to sign your check, that's how you do it. Okay? I remember in clinical, my teacher said we could just put in 14.7 on a test and round. Okay. Do you got some YouTube about the safe dose ranges? I do. I got a whole two actually. So if you click the link that's in my bio, my link tree, I've got two sessions on there that's heavy, heavy in peds. So you can go and look at that, and it has the safe dose ranges. I have a safe dose range video, and I have those sessions on there too. Alrighty, I got a couple more questions, y'all. Then I gotta go shower and go to bed. I'm gonna go to your YouTube because I gotta learn all the P's dosages by August. Oh, you got some time. You got some time. You got some time. All right. One running for 50 minutes and is to be infused over 6 hours. How many milliliters have been administered already? Okay. So what is this asking for me to solve? What is this asking? Because a lot of people are like, oh, what is this asking me? Well, what is this asking for me to solve for? Okay, so we got 1 liter of normal saline. You see that 0.9? You like, oh, what I got to do with it? Nothing. It's fluff. It's just the type of solution, just like the name of a medicine. Okay, don't get thrown off by the numbers. Not all numbers are equal. All right, so 1 liter, and it's been running for 50 for me. Don't get thrown off by the numbers. Not all numbers are equal. All right. So 1 liter, and it's been running for. Don't get thrown off by the numbers. Not all numbers are equal. All right. So 1 liter, and it's been running. But I'm still here. Y'all still good? We good? We good? All right. 1 liter is to be given over 6 hours. So that is your rate. It's be how much has gone into the patient. Does that make sense? Okay. So 1 liter, how many milliliters is that? Because remember, our pumps are milliliter per hour, right? 1,000 milliliters. I'm gonna cheat and I'm not gonna show you the whole conversion because we know that 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. Okay. So if 1,000 milliliters is to go over 6 hours, this is going to give us our hourly rate. Okay. So 1,000 divided by 6 is going to be 167 because it's 166.66666. Okay. We're going to round it to 167. Okay. So if we have 1 liter, because we're looking for milliliters, right? So we have 167 milliliters per hour, and it's been going for 50 minutes. We need to see 6.66666. We have 167 milliliters per hour, and it's been going for 50 minutes. We We got 167 milliliters over hour. We only got minutes, right? So we know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. That's going to take out our hour, and then we can put our 50 minutes on the top, and that'll cancel out our minutes. So the only thing that's left is your milliliters. Make sense how we just piece together the puzzles? When you have an IV rate, you always need to see how fast it's going. Volume over time. Okay? Volume over time. Volume is what? Liter, milliliter. Time is what? Hour or minute. You made that part easy. I'm trying to tell you. Caris. Was it Kairos or Caris? Caros. Kairos. I don't know. That one doesn't make sense. Okay, so look. This is a liter, right? That's what's ordered. So that's this. 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. And it says it's to be given over 6 hours. So they want a whole bag of fluid to go into your patient's veins. I don't remember which one I said now. Into your patient's veins over 6 hours. So every hour, a certain amount has to go in. So when you do volume, exactly, ro money. Hours, that's going to tell you how fast they want that to go in. Okay, so it'd be 167 milliliters per hour for 6 hours. All right, so if you do 167 times 50 divided by 60, it's going to be 139.16666. If this question asked us to round to the nearest whole number, our answer would be 139 milliliters. Okay. 167 is how much milliliters is being infused per minute. It's the go. It's milliliter per hour. Yeah, yeah, per hour. Milliliters per hour. Okay. You see how you can use the puzzle piece method for all? We've done several different types of dosage calculations problems, and I've done them all the same way every single time with minimal math skills. We've just multiplied and divided our way to 100, a hundred in our dosage class. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How do I know when they just want milliliter per hour? Well, the question just said was the hourly rate. Yep, they'll either ask you for milliliter per hour or hourly rate. Those are some of the words that they'll use. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You take your NCLEX Monday. Oh, the nurse is coming. Yes. I pray that you do oh so well. I'm gonna be on a boat. So you gotta come back and tell me. Hopefully TikTok will be here. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm so sad. Seriously. If you are not following me on my other socials, I love to see how people follow me and I help them and y'all get to school and then you become nurses. I love it. I love it. I love it. Make sure you connect with me and especially on my YouTube too if you still want to study together because we don't know what them folks doing. Okay? Okay? Okay. All right. Boom. Okay, so boom. All right. Some more IV stuff because a lot of people are intimidated by IV stuff. What did you do to 167 to get the answer? Megan, the heart cherry emoji. So 167 was how fast. That's your rate. Because when you have IVs, you always need the rate, the volume over the time. Okay? So that's your rate. That's this. Woo. Wait a minute. That's this. Okay? So I just had my rate, which is 167 milliliters per hour. That that's this. Okay, so I just had my rate, which is 167 milliliters per hour. I'm gonna change the heat now. Okay. And you're okay. Okay. Okay, I got you. All right. Okay then. All right. You know what I'm saying? So you had to do your hour to minute conversion. And then you put your 50 minutes. So the time. So if the time was on there as like an hour and 1.5 hours or like 1.5 hours or 2 hours, you wouldn't have to do that hour to minute conversion. But since it gave us 50 minutes, we had to convert. Okay. Well, I keep failing 5 times. That's okay, Faith Walker. You need my dude who was on here earlier, the boot nurse. He failed 3 times, and on his fourth time, he passed. Okay. 8 hours a day. What's 8 hours a day? I'm lost. So yeah, the boot nurse, he will get you all the way together. All right, 1.5 liters is running to be infused over 12 hours, which started at 8 o'clock in the morning. At 1200 hours, is running to be infused over 12 hours, which started at 8 o'clock in the morning. At 1200 hours, using remaining volume. Okay, because what I said we needed: multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Right? Okay. So 1.5 liters, so that's 1.5 liters, right, is running to be infused over 12 hours. So what did I say we needed? We're always going to need volume over time, right? So hint, big hint. All right, and they start that at 800 hours. So remember, we've got 1.5 liters. How many milliliters is that? So we've got 1,000 milliliters. Isn't it a liter? I know then I have 1.5 liters over 1. My liters cancels out. You see, you can do your conversions with the puzzle pieces too. All right, that's 1,500 milliliters, right? So we're always going to need milliliter per hour for our pumps. So 1,500 milliliters is to go over 12 hours. So 1,500 divided by 12 is 125 milliliters per hour. This is what would be set on the pump, okay? So we start this at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, okay? It says that at 1,200 hours, so noon, the doctor comes in. He was like, oh, okay, run it faster. I want the rest of it to go in at 4 hours. All right. So what we need to do here is figure out how many milliliters have gone in the patient from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Okay. So if it's going this fast, 125 milliliters per hour, and that's 4 hours. So from 8 to 4, 8 to 12, that's 4 hours, right? So 4 hours, we're looking for how many milliliters. That's our goal. So 125 mLs per hour times my 4 hours will give me 500 milliliters, okay? So if I started with 1,500 milliliters and 500 has gone in, I have 1,000 milliliters left at 12 o'clock. Okay? Make sense? Kevin, pin yourself. Somebody was looking for NCLEX help. That's you. Right? So, at 12 o'clock, he says, I want the rest of that to go in over 4 hours. So this is what's left, right? And he said he wanted it to go over 4 hours. Calculate the milliliter per hour on the bottom. 1,000 divided by 4. What? 250. 250 milliliters per hour. So you see, we just need to do a little subtraction here. But like I said, it's still basic math. Alice, where did I get 1,500 from? So you see how we have 1.5 liters? I converted that to milliliters. Okay, that's your starting amount. So what do we do? What did we do? What did we do on this one? Okay, you got an IV. It's supposed to be this much volume over this much time. We started it at 8 o'clock. So we need to see how fast we were going to put it on the pump then, right? So I converted my liters to milliliters because on pumps, they're milliliters per hour. So that was 125 milliliters per hour. And that ran at 125 milliliters per hour for 4 hours. So that was this part right here. So this much went into your patient's veins. So at 12 o'clock, big doctor comes in there. Hey, run the rest of this over 4 hours. All right, I got you, doc. So if I took that 500 that went into the vein that came out the bag, if I started with 1500 and subtracted the 500, I had 1000 left. So after 12 o'clock, I needed to run the rest of it at 4 hours. So that was what was left in the bag, that 1000 milliliters, to go over 4 hours. And you would set your pump at 250 milliliters per hour. It don't have to be hard, y'all. It don't have to be hard. Don't have to be hard. Oh my God, what is this? We barely started learning dosage calc. No, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You'll get to it. And some places don't even get to this. I just like to throw all types of stuff in there because y'all throw all types of stuff at me when you come for tutoring. So yeah, it's just an infusion volume and infusion time. That's it. Just combined. So how much is gone in and how much needs to go in at how fast. Volume over time. Okay? I got two more. Then I'm going to be it. Okay? Two. All right. The doctor orders 1 liter, which is 1,000 milliliters, right? Normal saline to infuse over 8 hours. So that's going to be 125 an hour. Yeah, I seen it enough to know it off the top of my. Normal saline to infuse over 8 hours. So that's going to be 125 an hour. Yeah, I seen it enough to know it off the top of my. So it's really time to go to bed. At 1900, the patient pulls out the IV. The nurse restarts the IV at 2200 at the same rate. Starting with the amount of IV fluid left at 1900, calculate the new infusion time and the completion time of the IV. Okay? So, what's going on here? We got 1000 milliliters, which is a liter, right? Hey, Mar, to go over 8 hours. So again, 1000 milliliters is to go over 8 hours. So that's what, 125 milliliters per hour, right? Thank y'all for liking and sharing live. I appreciate it. Okay. The nurse starts, okay, at 7 o'clock. Your patient, not mine, yours, because mine will be acting up like that. All right. They pull out the IV. Okay. The 7 o'clock, that's 6 hours, right? 6 hours. Six. All right. So the patient, and then she starts the IV at 10 o'clock. I mean, yeah, at 10 o'clock because it took a while. 7 o'clock, you got mid pass, you got all that stuff, right? So starting with that same amount that was left in the bag at 7 o'clock, what time will it finish? Starting with that same amount that was left in the bag at 7 o'clock, what time will. So 125 times 6 equals 750 milliliters that went in. Okay? Right? So if you do 1000 minus your 750, that's left, right? So milliliters per hour, how much time is. So our goal is hour. We need hour on the top, 125 ml at the bottom, times your 250 milliliters. Boom, 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 right? So 250 divided by 125 is 2 hours. So if you started at 2200 and you added 2 more hours, your IV will now be done at midnight. Midnight. 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top. All right. Now I'm finna be in the bed because I'm tired. And I got a vacation to go on. I'm so excited. Oh, I hope that TikTok is still here once I get back from my vacation. But if not, make sure you are right. Going to sleep. Oh yeah. I'm in the bed. TikTok is still here once I get back from going to sleep. Oh yeah. I'm telling you. It's telling me to go to bed. It's telling me to go to bed. You can go through the problem and solve it with the same puzzle pieces, same methods. And you see how I'm breaking it down? Okay, this is what's going on. You have this. All right. How long did it take? This long. Okay. How much went in? Boom. What did you start with? Doo doo. Okay. If it's going this fast, then how long would it take? You know what I'm saying? When will this be published on my YouTube? As soon as we get done studying tonight. The answer was so it took 2 hours, and so 2400 was when it would be done. I am gonna enjoy my trip. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be great. Where was this live before I failed Chem last semester? It's pretty much the same questions. I was here. What B said? I was here. Just the FYP one FYP like it needed to. Yep. I have Hesse tomorrow. So nervous about it. Oh, I pray you do well. Oh, I pray you do well, Jess. I pray you do real good. Okay. Last question of the night. Okay. All right. The nurse begins 1 liter. All these Hesse tests tomorrow. Y'all got this. Y'all got it. You're smart. You're able. Okay. He's able. All right. Oh, all right. Normal saline at 8 o'clock to infuse at 50 milliliters per hour. Parenteral intake is closed at 1 o'clock, so 1300, right? Calculate the IV intake for the 0700 to 1500 shift. Okay, so if I ran an IV from 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock, how many hours is that? Five, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so if I got 5 hours that my IV ran, okay, and it says that it ran at 50 milliliters per hour. Calculate the IV intake. So, how many milliliters went into my patient between 5 hours if it's going at 50 milliliters per hour? So, once again, I'm looking for what? Milliliters, the intake, right? Okay, so go milliliters. So, 50 ml over hour times my 5 hours over 1 and that 250. Yeah, sounds like 250. Sounds like 250, right? That's how much went in from 0800 to 1300. I put some ice on this one because we went kind of, got kind of hot in here. Right? Thank you. Your videos have been very helpful. I take my Hesse for pharmacology in the morning. Ooh, Stephanie, let me know how you do. Yes. Okay, you too, Plachette. Yeah. Y'all got this. Y'all got this. Any questions? This one was really, like, yeah, it was really easy. So don't let that 1000 throw you off on this one because it's not asking how much is left in the bag, is it? No. It's asking the IV intake. So, what went into the IV during this time? You only give it what it's asking for. Okay? All right, blessed people. I love y'all. I pray that y'all are prosperous in your program. I think I will be on again tomorrow night. It depends on how the days go. Oh, it's gonna be so busy between now and Saturday when I fly out. Get flued out, right? The 0 to 700. Okay, 0 700 to 1500 is throwing me off. I want to divide it by eight. Why? No, no. It says two. So two, two plus one is two. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it click. Don't divide, add. Okay, or subtract basically 1300 from 800, 0800, and that'll give you 5 hours. That's your time. So between this hours and see that 7 to 3 shift, they said that they closed off enteral intake at 1 o'clock. So that's when it stops. You have to pay attention to the details. Okay, some of that stuff is fluff, like that 1 liter. Oh, that's fluff. That's real fluff. 0 to 1500 shift, 0700 to 1500 shift, that's fluff too. That's just telling you it's from 73. But if they told you you start at this time, you end at that time, that is the time. And then you already have your rate. Remember what I said? Volume over time. It told you that it was going at 50 milliliters per hour. So if you got an IV that's going at 50 milliliters per hour, so every hour that goes by, you get 50, you get 50, you get 50, you get 50, you get 50 times 5. That means 250 milliliters went into your patient's veins. And that's what it's asking for, the IV intake. Mm-hmm. Jaleesa, did I kind of explain that? Okay. My pharmacist, yeah, you just do it to 1 o'clock because that's what it said. Well, that's what it says. Parenteral intake. So you know, enteral is entering the mouth. Parenteral is going to be in the veins. Thank you for your expertise teaching. Oh, thank you. Call me an expert. I love it. All right, you guys. So, if you want quizzes, my website. If you want a workbook, my website. If you want the YouTube tagged lives that I did with the pediatric sessions, my link tree. Okay, make sure we are following each other. I would love to help you get through school and defeat dosage calculations because you can do this. You can be like so many students who come defeated, and then you end up defeating dosage. Okay. Thank you, my faithful YouTubers who have been in the comments heavy tonight. I do apologize for the delay. I was at work. Okay, sorry. But I did come on. I think I'm gonna do another session tomorrow just in case the TikTok app goes black again. Who knows? But if you want to continue studying with me, make sure that you follow me on my YouTube channel. I have other videos just broken down. So if you're looking for something specific, then and you don't want to watch a whole hour and something minute live, then I have those videos for you. They're already there. They're there. Okay? So I'm going to stop my YouTube stream. Thank you guys again. Y'all have a